either the good folks at the Nuclear Threat Initiative are very good at guessing, or they were part of the pandemic part 2.0. And I wasn't going to talk about it on this show or any other show until I started seeing news reports coming out, because I've had this particular document in my hand for over 12 months. And, Owen, right now it appears as though we are about 72 hours away from the World Health Organization declaring yet another pandemic 2.0.
Joins us now. Clay, I've got some things that I want to talk to you about, but what's on your mind today? What's the big story in Clay Clark's world today?
Well, okay, here's what we all need to know right now. If you go to timetofreeamerica.com, sorry I'm a little bit blurry here. Hopefully the blurriness stops here.
Yeah, sometimes if we get a time, it'll work itself out.
Okay, and if we click on the button with the big monkey face there, there's a monkey face button on timetofreeamerica.com, you're going to see that the Nuclear Threat Initiative, an organization funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, if you scroll down just a little bit more, you'll see the monkey face. The Nuclear Threat Initiative, an organization funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, this organization, there's the monkey face, prophesied or said in advance that there would be an outbreak of monkeypox on May 15th and around May 15th of the year 2022. So if you go to the very bottom of this particular page and you click on the button there at the very bottom of this page, you can click. It's called the Nuclear Threat Initiative. That's the organization heavily funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There you go. You click that link right there and you go to page 12 and you'll see that either the good folks at the Nuclear Threat Initiative are very good at guessing, or they were part of the pandemic part 2.0. And I wasn't going to talk about it on this show or any other show until I started seeing news reports coming out, because I've had this particular document in my hand for over 12 months. And, Owen, right now it appears as though we are about 72 hours away from the World Health Organization declaring yet another pandemic 2.0. And I have sound clips because I suffered through watching as many of the press conferences as I possibly can from the June 1st World Health Organization conferences, and I have a few sound clips I want to play for you because it sounds like the lockdown, the worldwide lockdown part 2, is about to go down.
Are you playing those right now?
I'm going to play for you right now. Here we go. Here's sound clip number 1 from the World Health Organization. Here we go.
Now for an update on monkeypox.
This is Tedros talking.
More than 550 confirmed cases have now been reported to WHO from 30 countries that are not endemic for monkeypox virus. Investigations are ongoing, but the sudden appearance of monkeypox in many countries at the same time suggests there may have been undetected transmission for some time.
This is an outbreak. We have 500 cases so far, more than 500 cases. We do expect to see more because people who have been infected in the last few weeks.
Oh, and they just keep going on and on and on and on about how there's going to be this monkeypox outbreak. And this guy by the name of Dr. Michael Ryan, he continues to insist this is not about a World Health takeover. This is not about a worldwide takeover. Listen to what he says. This is Dr. Michael J. Ryan.
This is not about stealing sovereignty from countries. This is about countries coming together to solve problems together. We've seen the climate change. We see with pandemics. There is no national solution to these. We need strong national systems, and we need strong national commitments on climate change. We need strong national commitments.
I have suffered through watching this, but I'm telling you the common theme here. I'll play one more clip. This is Dr. Michael J. Ryan of the World Health Organization. Listen to this audio, just this audio vomit. Listen to this guy.
Meeting, I think is it this week or next week? This week, which will bring together researchers not just around the issue of vaccines or the issue of the outbreak as we see it now in Europe, but specifically also around the Health
Organization declaring yet another global pandemic. If you go to Google or DuckDuckGo and you just type in the word monkeypox and then click on news, look at the escalation of the stories. Oh, and I mean, it is absolutely going to take over the headlines out of nowhere. We are about ready to head into pandemic lockdown part 2.
Well, and I'm going to ask you about that in a second here, but the World Health Organization, I mean, the fact that he has to say, hey, we're not out here to take your sovereignty means that we're winning. That means that we're effectively pushing back against this, and they know that we have a strong movement, that they even have to address it there. Normally, they wouldn't even address us, but the fact that they do that means that they are being forced to address us because we're calling out what they're up to. But the World Health Organization treaty failed. It failed last week. The entire continent of Africa rejected it, Clay, where Tedros comes from. They said, no, thank you. And of course they did. They know what Bill Gates and the World Health Organization is up to. They've spread pandemics. They've killed people with vaccines in Africa. Bill Gates' white coats show up. They run for the hills to avoid that certain death. So they know all too well. And by the way, the African doctors are also saying, hey, how come you're doing a monkeypox scare? We've been dealing with monkeypox every day of our lives since we can remember. So what's the big deal here? But I mean, so my question for you is this. The World Health Organization treaty is rejected. Entire continent of Africa rejects it. They're having to address us saying, hey, we're not trying to take your sovereignty. So we're obviously having an effect here. Do you really think, even though we've caught them, we've had the impact, we've stopped their treaty, do you really think they're going to roll this out just as we see them predicting? You really think they're going to try to do this monkeypox thing, even though we have all their battle plans and know who they are and what they're doing?
Let me give you a 10-second additional clip. I'll answer that question. This is again, the World Health Organization.
And there is no question of any loss of sovereignty or any play by global powers to take over the world. This is not what this is about. This is about finding the necessary level of agreement to protect all.
So, and I feel as though they have the plan laid out there by the Nuclear Threat Initiative there, which you can find at TimeToFreeAmerica.com. Everyone should read that, by the way. And I feel like they're fully committed to implementing their plan. And I happen to manage hundreds of employees, and you know what it's like to work in an office with great employees. And also, there's somebody in the office always trying to eat your sandwich. And Owen, you call them on it, and you say, stop trying to eat my sandwich. And they say, no, I didn't eat your sandwich. And you go, clearly you ate my sandwich. And despite the fact that you have irrefutable evidence that a 45-year-old man in your office definitely ate your sandwich, Owen, and you tell him not to do it, there's still somebody out there that has a kleptomania in every workforce. If there's 100 employees or more, there's always somebody at Target. I used to work at Target back in the day, and there's people at Target that always want to steal stuff out of the electronics section, even though you have cameras up, even though you've told them that you've caught them. They still insist all the way to the end that they were not trying to steal something out of the electronic section at Target. There's people that will lie all the way to the end, and I believe these people are fully committed to implementing the Great Reset agenda. So, Owen, I believe it's we the people versus the Davos World Economic Forum elites. And we now know who the World Economic Forum elites are. If people didn't know, now they do know. But I believe these people, Al Gore, I believe Klaus Schwab, I believe the CEO of Pfizer, I believe these people are 100% committed. I believe John Kerry, Bill Gates, they are 100% committed to implementing the World Economic Forum Bill Clinton agenda, because these people have done unspeakable crimes against humanities over the past few decades, George Soros, and this is their Super Bowl. This is their go time. This is the time that they agreed upon. So I encourage everybody, go to TimeToFreeAmerica.com, click on the monkeypox button. You can download all the information about it. And I also encourage everybody, do not live in fear and kick it into another gear. Go to TimeToFreeAmerica.com. Join us on the Reawaken America Tour in Virginia. Join us on the Reawaken America Tour in New York. Let's show these deep state Luciferians what America's all about. We've got Eric Trump. We've got General Flynn, Don Trump Jr., Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, Dr. Zelenko, Bobby Kennedy Jr. We are all standing up and speaking up. I just encourage everybody to get involved. And you know this there, Owen. Anybody who attends our Reawaken America Tour events, you can name your price to these events. We don't care what you pay. We just want to empower thousands and thousands of people in person and millions streaming online for free. I encourage everybody to stand up right now versus against this monkeypox pandemic 2.0.